This morning is part 2 in a 4-part series, and it is a series of taking a look at 12 steps to reclaiming our life. And we are looking today at how to dig deeper within ourselves that we might soar freer and higher and go further in our lives. This series is grounded in the 12 steps as taught in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. And yet, what I want to do in this series is showcase the efficacy and value and applicability and the soundness of these concepts presented in the 12 steps for all of us. Because actually, they're rooted, I believe, in healthy spiritual practice and living. And so we're going to take a look today at some of the more rigorous steps, if you will, steps 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to look at what does that mean for us as we begin to dig deeper inside, that we might be able to let go of the stuff that we know is holding us back so that we can live more of the life that our soul and God is inviting us to step into. Before we take a look, though, at steps 4, 5, and 6, and 7, I do want to put forth a little bit of a disclaimer. And that is that in the same way in unity, we say that though there is one God, called by many different names, there are any variety of paths, any variety of religions that when honestly practiced can help one to awaken to the God presence within and all around. That there is no such thing as one right way to the exclusion of all others. And the disclaimer here is that while there is a tremendous amount of wisdom and practicality to be found in these 12 steps of recovery, they are not the only path to recovery for the alcoholic or anyone who is abusing any other form of substance. So does that make sense? There are many paths. It's really about working the path. So step 4, 5, 6, and 7. Step 4 made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 5 admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. Step number 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. And number 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. So step number 4 made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Breathe into that for a moment. Sounds like heavy lifting, doesn't it? Heavy lifting made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. It is about a fact-finding and fact-facing mission of self-discovery. We know that what we are unwilling to look at, what we are unwilling to examine, is going to hold us hostage. The truth of the matter is that within each and every one of us is a spark of the divine. Within each and every one of us is the God potential, the God seed. If you've been in unity for any length of time, you know that in unity we believe in original blessing, not in original sin. Original sin is a church teaching, a church doctrine. We take very seriously the statement in the first chapter of Genesis that we are made in the image and after the likeness of God, that we are born in original blessing, not in original sin. However, it does not imply, it does not mean that there is not room for improvement. It does not ignore the fact that we've got some things, each and every one of us, to work on. Is that not true? Absolutely it is. I remember fondly Reverend Sue Sicking, a long-time Unity minister, no longer with us, who used to say that the greatest room, the largest room in the universe, was the room for improvement.